Good morning, dear ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dr.Lipták. I am an associate professor from the University of Miskolc from Hungary. Today's topic will be the social entrepreneurship in the post-socialist countries. The global problem of unemployment and the impact of COVID-19 epidemic on the labor market are increasingly being addressed at regional and local level. The solidarity economy is also often seen as an alternative to capitalist development, a possible new model for development. The main pillars of the solidarity economy are social enterprises, which can provide solutions to these problems. The aim of this presentation is to describe and analyze the functioning of some social enterprises in post-socialist countries. The disadvantaged peripheral region in post-socialist countries face a number of economic and social problems, such as high unemployment, population decline, poverty, and low income generating capacity. Enterprises that serve social objectives and pay greater attention to social responsibility and the promotion of community interest can help to some extent. Social enterprises are often the only economic actors providing employment alongside municipalities in smaller settlements. These enterprises have a very limited capacity to create jobs due to their non-profit character and limited income, cannot always pay wages, but they try to provide solutions to exist social problems. What does it mean, the social economy? In the European Union's social policy, social economy appears primarily in the context of employment policy. Social economy has been defined as a sector that provides employment opportunities for those at risk of exclusion, and in the social sector helps to create new and independent businesses. In addition to social enterprises employing disadvantaged employees, there may be community enterprises that emphasize community cohesion and purpose, and cooperatives that market holder surplus to strengthen self-sufficiency and improve the position of self-employed. The concept of social economy is defined by SIRIAC as a group of private enterprises organized in the formal framework, enjoying freedom of decision-making and voluntary membership. There are a set of private, formally organized enterprises with autonomy of decision and freedom of membership, created to meet their members' needs through the market by producing goods and providing services, insurance and finance, where decision-making and any distribution of profits or surpluses among the members are not directly linked to the capital or fees contributed by each member. Each of women has one vote, or at all events are described through democracy, participatory processes. The social economy also includes private, formally organized entities with autonomy of decision and freedom of membership that provide non-market services for household and whose surpluses, if any, cannot be appropriated by the economic agents that create, control, or finance them. The solidarity-based economic approach relies on the fundamental conviction that people are infinitely creative, are able to work out their own solutions to economic problems, and these solutions will be different in different places and situations. We can describe the new social economy as the market economy is situated between profit maximizing commercial firms and the tax-financed activities of the public sector. These organizations do not belong either to institutionalized producer or consumer cooperatives or to other self-help economic operators. They operate at a local level and are democratic in structure. And it is not yet precisely defined in law. However, this is otherwise of subordinate significance. The activities performed in the new social economy must fulfill three main functions. Protective function means provides jobs for people who are unable to find a place in the labor market on their own. Briding factors. Within this context, they provide employees with a kind of transition between traditional labor market services and unemployment. And there are a business function. It means actors in this function in the social economy mainly produce goods and services for the market. As with the concept of social economy, there is no agreed definition for social enterprises. It is important to bear in mind that social enterprises focus their activities on a wide range of social problems, including various social fields. For example, in Hungary, the definitions listed below are the most widely accepted and used in everyday life. The social innovations are very important by the social enterprises. The social innovation provides a new and novel solution to the existing social problems. Social enterprises perform a wide range of activities. These may be divided into two broad categories: labor market services and social services. Some social enterprises perform both activities simultaneously. Non-profit or social enterprises implementing workplace integration are present throughout Europe. These organizations are less development on public funding. Three main activity is focused on providing employment for disadvantaged people with an income comparable to the wages earned by other employees. Hence, some of these organizations were specifically established to provide disadvantaged people with on-the-job training and labor market services to facilitate their integration into the world of unsubscribed work. The state plays a relatively small part in the life of these organizations. However, they are open to the market. They finance their activities through state aid, employment subsidies, and income from the complementary activities. The employment subsidy is available to any enterprises that employs disadvantaged employees. When measuring social impact, in addition to outputs, their effects also need to be taken into consideration. When measuring impact, the output may be, for example, the number of disadvantaged people in the labor market, which must be measured together with its effect to obtain genuine impact achieved. In the first step, attention should be paid to the need to continuously measure and monitor the results and present them to the inventors and to the management. The measurement method clearly shows that the impact of social enterprises primarily depends on the objective set. As a result of the impact measurement, the information obtained does not inform about the organization, but about the social outcomes and impacts achieved during the activities performed by the social enterprises. Given that many social problems cannot be effectively solved in the long term by the governments, the market, or public aid, a certain part of social enterprises are established to fight against poverty and exclusion. The question of this presentation is whether the spatial distribution of social enterprises is related to the extent of poverty and exclusion. It can be assumed that a higher proportion of social enterprises are engaged in the fight against poverty and exclusion in areas where poverty and exclusion are higher. However, it may also be the case that there are fewer social enterprises to address this problem in areas affected by extreme poverty and severe social exclusion due to lower activity and higher hopelessness. The hypothesis can be tested in the case of Hungarian social enterprises, and social enterprises were examined with a survey. The test of hypothesis that material deprivation dimension of Eurostat and subjective power indicators are used to measure poverty and exclusion. You can see on the chart the poverty, the people at risk of poverty or social exclusion in percentage. Poverty is often identified as having low income level. The main idea behind it is that the extent of poverty is determined slowly on the basis of income, because money is a general and universal asset that can be converted into other goods. The sole contribution of the income situation has the advantage of making it relatively easily to define to poverty line and to measure the income level of observation units. Poverty can define as an objective, absolute or relative, or a subjective category. In absolute terms, the theoretical basis for measuring poverty is that the minimum human needs, the satisfaction of which is essential for individuals to remain healthy and able to work, are independent of space and time. The examined post-socialist countries, Czech Republic, Poland, Latvia, Lithuania, Hungary, and Slovenia joined to the European Union in 2004. Subsequently, differences in the proportion of population living at risk of poverty or social exclusion persisted among countries. While in Czech Republic and Slovenia, this value has been between 15 and 20%. It is over 55% in Poland, Lithuania, and Hungary. In the latter three countries, a significant decline in the poverty rate could be observed after joining the European Union. The favorable trend, however, was interrupted by the economic crisis in 2008, which again raised the poverty rate in Hungary and Lithuania from 2010 onwards. A decline in Hungary started only after 2013. The actors supposed to form the social and economy inherently have different motivations and value systems. The demand base of social enterprises is provided by the need unfulfilled by the private and public sector, as well as by unsolved social or environmental problems. Due to the economic processes in our age, there is even ever wider range or unfulfilled needs in the developing countries as well. This, on the other hand, follows from the stronger than ever differentiation, weakening profitability, and the appearance of new customized needs promising little economic profits right now, and on the other hand, from the public services lost because of the withdrawal of welfare states or transformed or other factors. We can summarize that social enterprises in post-socialist countries focus on the mitigation by the demand caused by rapid territorial and social polarization following the change of regime, and on helping and lagging social groups and territory, while in Western Europe countries, in areas not shocked in their economic development, the focus is on mitigating the damage of civilization. In the post-socialist countries, therefore, on the primary objective is to increase and retain the ability to work, to have employment, to prevent poverty, and to reduce the risk of poverty due to jobless on the other hand. And thank you so much for your kind attention.